Hello, traders. Welcome to the stream. It's midweek, and we have the market continuing to rally on equities, but maybe different culprits today. That could change though, because after hours we had news and Trump doing things with tariffs. But yeah, Bitcoin's up, but flat. Same price it was trading at, that day we broke to all-time highs, July 10th. And that's it. Still, locally haven't made a higher high yet. No real higher lows. Still, the most recent event on this chart is a bullish back test of $112,000 2 days in a row. The second and third, and that's it. So this is not the star of the show. This is not really anything crazy, but we're just starting the stream with it. We just can remember this. The channel men, maybe, right? Again, these aren't perfect, and you don't have to trade them. It's just interesting, right? Since that April low, we're anchoring our trend lines with swing lows and swing highs, and just two on the bottom, one on the top, and then now we're getting some respect on the bottom again. So I hope that this would mean that we are oversold in the uptrend on Bitcoin. We don't have to have a major edge or anything for higher or lower. I don't think we have much of an edge, but just trying to make sense of it. All right. So you kind of like testing the demand line and tested the old all-time high from May at the same time, kind of. So let's hope, okay? That's all we got is some hope and some trend lines on Bitcoin, that broke to all-time highs last month. Well, yeah, last month. And then that's kind of, since the shooting star, that was it. But hopefully we're just going to put in a higher low and run later. Or sooner, my God. If it looks like this, let's do it, man. Let's go. Let's go to the heart line, test 125, hit all-time highs. My God. I'd be down with it. So, if there's no edge with the framework that we've learned from really smart people, we just look at the levels, okay? Okay. So, Bitcoin, whatever. At the same time, of the demand line and the old level being tested, remember what we also did on Bitcoin futures was resolve some stuff that you needed, I think. The 114,000 gap that was filled. And we just confirmed a bullish engulfing candle on CME futures. So good. All right, let us catch follow through today. I'm pretty sure we could probably plot the same channel on futures. It might look a little off. Say anchor 1 and 2. There it is, man. There's your channel. Add a demand line. Man, I hope the engulfing candle is the signature, the signal for up next. It would be amazing, man. All right. Bitcoin dominance, whatever. Been looking at it. Let's keep looking at it. So last time we were here, a couple days ago, we were discussing for the first time the idea of maybe, if we're lucky, I think if we're lucky, this would be a bearish consolidation structure after topping out, after putting in a lower low than the previous low. Now trading below the 200-day simple moving average. Just got to take out 61.55%. It's a 2017 swing low. There it is. Not my opinion. It's just reality. Mega reversal there and there. That's just it. All right. So we want that to break so altcoins can outperform Bitcoin. Bitcoin goes flat or it continues to rally some, but the altcoins really go. Bitcoin goes up 2, 3, 4% or flat, and altcoins are able to run 10, 15, 20%. That would definitely cause this potential bear flag to break down, and that's what we want. I think if we care about the crypto market, if you want to make money that's not just Bitcoin, you want this to go lower. You have to have it go lower, really. Okay. So now, yeah, you're talking about Maxine.
Since we started out on Bitcoin, let's go further into crypto.
Kabishi, what's up, Anon? Thanks for 20, dude. Yeah, we'll look at Kibo Sheeb coin. That was like looking okay or something, and then it was fine. It was above a level. I can't remember. You know, you've requested it. It's like we looked and okay. So yeah, since we started on a Bitcoin, let's go to Ethereum. That very nice. I mean, despite it being like high premium areas up here right after that crazy run, you know, no value. Value's lower. How do we gauge value and premium? Via technicals with Fibonacci, anchoring from low points to high points of waves. And we're pretty shallow, very shallow still. That we didn't go deep. We might have hit a 382. It's really going to be close. Now, we didn't see a 38% retrace. We're still in the 236 territory. So, still premium, still high up here. The value would be way down at like 2,400. No one will want to hear that, I know. I'm not even acting like it's going to happen. I'm just talking about value versus premium. Premium is really above 100% retrace to 1272s, 1618s, 161% retrace. Anyway, but the main thing about Ethereum is just 3520, 3580. How is price correlating to this level that is so real? We know it. It is undoubtedly important, okay? Above it, given enough time, you just got to say the next target will be 3,900 or 3,940, right back to that high we saw July 28th. That's literally the target if this is real. But we're not acting like we know if it's real. We're just giving you the data from yesterday and today so far. And the day before was the recapturing of the level. Now market participants have reconfirmed its validity as support once and now twice going into the close. Looks like that's going to be confirmed. So if, say, there's follow-through off of the successful bullish back test, I can just give you about 7% upside. Not bad. Not bad at all. Right? Chat? Andrew? Anon? Echo Leaf? Cactus? Thanks for the $2 super chat, man. Looks good. Ethereum you talking about? And if it held and went up 7% from here, I doubt Bitcoin's going up 7%, and that means probably that Bitcoin dominance chart would start going down more. We would like that. And then we're going to look at Ethereum paired against Bitcoin because we've been doing that too because something's changed. Sorry, it's wrong chart. Coinbase? Yeah. Something's changed. We have a trend reversal by the book. And you're elevated. So it's like, I'm talking about value. Hey, this could go to 2.6 million Satoshis and still it'd be oversold in the uptrend, the new uptrend. There would be more value involved down here, but it's still very high. In fact, it's kind of just like a little bullish rectangle in a good trend. We know 3.3 million sats is a big inflection point from history. We've seen big reversals there. 2017, 2018,
Dollar coin holding above
2020.
$300 psychological level with a massive gap fill. Feels like a solid R to me.
Is that a joint?
Finding Nick, thanks for the 420. Well, that's relative to what time frame you're talking about. Like, there is no possible way. I mean, okay, maybe reward or risk, but my God, dude. Coinbase, the time of all times, and the space-time continuum was the conclusion of 2023, the three rising valleys, or the springback test way back when the composite operator was accumulating, when he was conducting his buying campaign. We were here, live, talking about it. Hey, man, this is happening. This is real. This is the composite, man. And now we hit IPO prices, IPO all-time high. And so, yeah, we'll look at it, but you're still paying godlike premium, crazy premium on Coinbase. Doesn't mean it can't keep going, right? The trend is certainly your friend now, right? It's been your friend for like 2+ years or something. 2 years, okay? Almost 2 years. Anyway, we will look at that, I swear. Thank you, man. So I just say, like, you're in an uptrend.
Making Tia great again, Mitch. Money making Mitch. Hype chat.
Thank you, Andrew 3. Wow, man. Stringing the super chats, man. Thank you, dude. Yeah, we'll make TA great again. Well, TA was always great. It was always great, man. Okay? So I don't know who was talking about it not being great, man, but I'd like to talk to them. Well, Harvard professors, right? Yeah, those people. Sure. Okay. It's not real, dude. All right, so good trend. Ethereum, I would completely be unsurprised if Ethereum continues to outperform Bitcoin going forward for now, because we haven't seen price or percentage or Satoshi action like this in many years. Okay, something's turned around, something's changed, and I'm just here to tell you about it. It's happened. Okay, you probably got a golden cross or something. Yeah, dude, you had your golden cross July 24th. When was the last time we had a golden cross? It was a fake out, but the characteristics of the price were told the truth, right? Where these highs were lower than these highs, and these were formal bearish back tests of key inflection zones, that old Wyckoff distribution structure. So, you know, it's not just about the golden cross you had, it's also about the price action in that context and the trend. And you get in a golden cross and you're making higher highs, higher lows, and you haven't done that in years. So something going on. I'm just telling you, it's over 1% today. Hype in the chat, Ethereum. So let us go to XRP. That is at $3. I like $3 for good reasons. I like yesterday and today's price action at the lows. They really did push it to the limit. Look, man, $2.99 or $2.90, excuse me, $2.90 is really that was the buying climax, certainly the buying climax of the massive election pump. Okay, so that means pretty much top of trading range. This is the upthrust. This is another upthrust. This is top of trading range. So they have checked back the trading range. Well, they went lower, right? The backup. This might be a backup. That would be crazy. Of a 2025 reaccumulation schematic or something. But what I love is how they've recaptured 290, and now they have reconfirmed its validity as support, not once but twice. A little bit like Ethereum, same type of respect to its own level. So we look at the 4 hour, and we have kind of a wedge that broke out and back to, it's beautiful, man. Is it not very pretty?
INTC had a bid at $20. Sellers still can't push it lower. Who is buying? Shushing face emoji.
Dude, Intel, it's up after hours, I believe. I don't know if that has something to do with the semiconductor tariff catalyst, but yeah, man, it had bad earnings, it dumped, and it's back, kinda. So we'll look at that, I swear. Thank you, Infinite Paradox, for sure. Yeah, we want to look at some semiconductors because of that news. But I mean, that's real, is it not? We know what 290 is. It just happens to be the top of the trading range. And it's the supply line being confirmed as demand line. And now they're trying to outright break above $3. Psychological resistance, and it's a swing high from March 2nd. So that's like major. To be above 290 and 299, in my opinion, like the upside is pretty much 10.5 to 13% upside. It's very pretty, man. Like, if you have an open mind and an open heart, I look at this like a falling wedge breakout and back test confirmed. And I hope that it holds, man. All Bitcoin has to do is just kind of meander on up a little bit, 116.6, 116.8. Go test that. You're probably going to have a nice run on XRP. So this entire argument I'm discussing on a very insignificant time scale, the 4 hour, it will be probably completely, utterly invalidated if the price falls below 290 at this point. Because the whole argument is based on this back test of 290, right? Below it, you probably don't want to. The implications would be, oh, we're going back to 273. Ugh. So that means like below this level, your argument would be dead, and there would be probably 6+% downside potential. Okay, so nothing certain. We're just trying to construct arguments. Okay, and arguments with new pieces of data can be completely validated or invalidated. Okay, valid argument until the price falls again below 290. That's it on XRP. It looks pretty good, man. I hope we go to 340. Okay. Whew. Anyway, I mean, that's, we kind of got to go to the 4 hour because, like, I don't know if there's enough data yet on the daily. Is this really a structure on the daily so much yet? It looks more real on the 4 hour, maybe even the 8 hour, So, all right, we can go to BNB coin. That we love BNB. Long term, like, I don't give a crap about like, oh, what's it gonna do today or tomorrow, dude? It's like probably $1,000 given enough time. It could go to 691. Not really worried about it because we were all over this before the breakout. It was just, hey man, this is starting to look. They invalidated that potential head and shoulders, and it's like very interesting here after years of respect. Bearish and golden candle last week, but again, I'm not ruling out 691, but it is cool that they have now defended 745, which was the old all-time high from 2024. So there's still some positive price action above that level. I like that. So we're just looking at it's up 1.8% on the day. But yeah, they need to recapture 793.86, the old all-time high. Yep, that's it. Just pull them back, man, and it's really strong. Just understand, like, you're in such good shape on this asset that it could go to freaking 630 and still be an incredible buy. Incredible. But you just may not get that lucky. Peepo, thank you. You got new glasses, I see. Thank you so much for the peepos. DOT is as dead as any other crypto that exists, okay? My altcoins. What is it? Was harmonic patterns my teacher? I don't know. I saw some in Discord, so not sure. What do you mean? Harmonic patterns is not a human being. Harmonic patterns is a harmonic pattern. No, I always defer to the Godfather, the author and king of the harmonics, the refined harmonics. You got to go back to the 1920s and give full credit to H.M. Gartley for those M shapes, W shapes that were discovered on charts that just happened to be reliable and just happened to be phenomena that occurred that gave you big reversals and trends. And we didn't get any sort of everything was a Gartley up until like the 90s, and then Scott Carney started studying the Fibonacci retraces and extensions within the waves. And, when you get enough data, you start figuring out, oh, if the B point's here, then the C point ends up being here. Well, that means you end up getting normally a D point that is here. So now we have sharks, butterflies, crabs, deep crabs, 5-Os, A, B, C, Ds. You got all kinds of, harmonics. So it's beautiful. But anyway, that's Binance Coin, Solana. Some good news on Solana chat. Good news. It looked like we might have been cooked, but like they do it, man.
Can we look at $Aldo just for fun? Probably the same as the other Wii alts, but could be fun.
Authority. Thank you for the 20, dude. Thank you, Psycho. Christian Bale, too, at the same time. Yeah, it's just going to follow the other ones. Algo had a nice M shape. The weekly looks good on it. A lot of the altcoins have good weeklies still. They're just... It's just the fact of, like, opportunity cost, really. Like, hey, man, we love weekly TA on S coins, but... Wow, look at Nvidia. Look at Google. Look at Apple today. Look at all these other assets on other markets that are running circles around these altcoins that have really good like looking patterns on the weekly. It's just, you know, your money's just sitting there in these scam coins waiting for a liftoff, and you probably can't sleep as well at night. I mean, stop losses are great, but you're probably more concerned about the stop loss getting triggered than owning something like, you know, like Google was such a good long above 168. You know, you buy some call options. And
thank you to Brad also.
hey, it's Jarrett. Hey, thanks, dude. Yeah, thank you for watching. Yeah, thanks, Brad. Much love, dude. Keeping the show rolling. What's up, Batson? If that was Batson doing the Baba Booey when I said what's up, Batson, that'd be really weird. Alts are poor show. They are. They're just poor. They're sad until they're not, right? Until like type 2 return for 6 weeks, and then 4 days go by. It's up 70%. And then it tops out and goes sideways down for 6 weeks and then crashes. And then it's like, is it even worth it, man? God. Okay. So good news on Solana, like really good. Someone could, you know, if they wanted to, this was a trade set up after the sellers were rejected to take you to target 1 and 2. This could be a re-entry. Maybe. I mean, it's not the best because probably a demand line, the lowest point of this uptrend, new uptrend, would be around 150, 149. But if you care about really important levels, that it's not my opinion, I'll just show you again. Swing low, swing high, swing low, swing high, swing high, swing high, swing low. Look at that. They captured, they recaptured, reconfirmed, and then gone. All-time highs. So that level is being positively tested, successfully tested 2 days in a row. And it's also right above the 200-day simple moving average. So someone out there could construct a trading plan with max upside to 190 to 198. So Ethereum, positive price action correlation to a key level. XRP, doing that. Solana, doing that. It's very interesting, isn't it, that your top cryptos, not all of them, BNB kind of is in its own world where it blew up, hit all-time highs, and hit a 1272 from 2021 to the 2023 low. It was different. It went kind of berserk. So no back tests on BNB really. I mean, kind of actually, right? That 1 weekly old all-time high, maybe. But these on the daily, kind of interesting. So I would just pay attention. That's like what the data we have received in the past couple of days is somewhat favorable for now until those levels are broken, right? Arguments are made and they can be invalidated. Like if somehow the sellers start coming in on Bitcoin and Solana, it's not good. We start falling below 159 again. Argument invalid, right? Because we're watching the data, the back tests are successful today and yesterday. If we break it, then it never was, never will be. It's a joke. So good news for now until something changes, okay? All right, so those are your bigger cryptos. Let's go to like Dogecoin real quick. I know a lot of equity stuff to talk about. Doge had its own respective back test of the 2025 downtrend. They broke out of it, and now they violated it, recaptured it. And that's kind of it. Still below the 200 moving average, still kind of weak. XRP probably better. I mean, I would prefer 17.8 cents for the weekly, 3 rising valleys, 16.5 if I could get it. Maybe we can, but yeah, for now, right now, probably like an XRP and Solana because of the back test key levels. Okay, so whatever. Let's just let me pull up total. Can't remember if my total's updated or not. Nah, well, it is. this is very interesting. Okay, Jonathan, how you doing, man? Everything okay?
I like turtles.
Buyers have recaptured the old all-time high zone from 2020, December and January this year. They violate, recaptured, and you're just kind of holding above it. And it's just interesting here. I hope to God it's real. I hope it's real. I hope it's like, my God, dude, they're going to do it. We're about to go to 4 trillion plus. Because it's not about the bearish breakdown itself. It's about the fall through. The fall through is a bullish engulfing candle to recapture the key level, key zone. My God, I hope this is real. I hope Bitcoin's in that demand line. And you can do the same thing here. You can do the same channel, possibly. I don't know if it's going to be the same. It doesn't look the same, but something like that. See, the problem with this channel, very pretty, but not at the bottom threshold, not at the demand line like you got on Bitcoin. Right, 1 and 2 and 3, kind of 4, and then 5 on the top. Very nice respect on the top, right? The overbought threshold of the uptrend that was respected. So you're right around the midpoint. So you're kind of like fairly valued of this trend. That's what I would consider the heart line of a channel. And it's maybe not so much about the channel as much as it is looking left horizontally. And my God, I hope it's real. Because if it is, then you just got to test with the old all-time high, the recent all-time high. That would be it. And that would really very much affirm what we're witnessing on the daily on Solana, Ethereum, and XRP, with the bullish back tests being confirmed. But confirmation's great, but in the end, what do we truly need, chat? We need follow through price action. That is the end of it. That is like, that's how we know these back tests are real, with follow through. So that would be on deck if this is a real back test for these altcoins. Pray to God. All right. We've been live like 33 minutes. So like build that sub if you're enjoying the stream. Trying to keep it educational. Trying to provide value to you with the least amount of effort from you, the viewer. So if you're getting value from these streams, like button, bell, sub, I would appreciate it, man.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei.
Here's hey, it's Anonymous. What's up, dude?
Anonymous tipped $25. Please have a look at Bittenser/USDT. Mex has the longest chart history.
Thank you, Anonymous, for Tau, or for the 25, but the Tau request and also the exchange. Because it's not fun, going on a goose chase on exchanges. So thank you, dude. We will certainly look at that. So here are your U.S. futures. I'm from the future, and the channels on the S&P and the NASDAQ are unbelievable. They're so perfect, man. It's just crazy how they take it to the tip top, and then they dump it, right? And I didn't see this a couple days ago. I had it plotted, but this chart, this quad screen doesn't get saved. So my computer like resets or something, and typically I lose my data. So I had this channel anyway, 1 and 2 on the bottom, and then boom, it's oversold threshold of uptrend. And now we're up against the heart line. If they break this heart line, we got a date with all-time highs, 6,500 on the S&P. You got the NASDAQ right here, just breaking that high from the 5th, from yesterday. I like it. Maybe a little wave structure that's stupid bullish, like XABC point, maybe a C to D wave, a little dragon, a higher low dragon. Are you kidding me? On the 4 hour, that'd be 24K. So you just got to break the heart line, man. They look great, man. So I think that we had asked the question, or I'd asked the question to you, if we're somehow going to see the index funds go to their 1272s, which they haven't yet, how would we get there in Q3 and 4 on the second half of the year? And it's like, will it be more broad-based, a broader market rally? Will it be the same culprits like Nvidia and Microsoft, Meta, or will it be will we see a rotation station to assets like Apple and Tesla, and maybe Google plays catch up, and that's what could get us there. And maybe today we got a little glimmer of that with Apple and Tesla. And my God, dude, Tesla, I could only, fire off the warning signals 2 days ago. Yesterday from the Patreon Citadel, I warned you again about more positive price action correlation to the bottom of that symmetrical triangle's demand line. We'll look at that. But anyway, I'm wondering if this face melting summertime rally will continue. We just got to break that heart line. Dow Jones is, not in the same category, really. It's not at all-time highs. It's not making local higher lows, maybe. Whereas, S&P and NASDAQ, they're making the same lows. This one's lower than this low. So it's just different. Got some lagging assets on the Dow Jones. The 30 assets included are not all mega cap AI related, GPU creating, mega tech. So got laggards in there weighing this thing down. The small caps are okay. I'm trying to make sense of what we got going on. A lot of just this. How did things really start settling out? And it kind of seems like we got good anchor points. 1, 2, 3, 4 now. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 on the top. It's okay. It looks all right, right? Trying to conceptualize our trend on the small caps and right up against that heart line like the S&P and NASDAQ. And if they could break it, maybe we're going to make fresh highs. But, only going back to February, this is by far the worst performing index fund. Yes, small caps. I think about 40% of assets of the 2,000 included on the Russell 2000 do not make money every quarter. They 40% lose money, dude. Hey, we're not a profitable company. Well, you had one job, right, as a company to provide a service and good and make money. Well, 40% don't. So it's who even cares? It could probably pump, man. Yeah, but all right. Lower risk probably on companies that make money or something. Sounds crazy. All right, pray for total. Let us go to some Mag 7s because there's stuff to discuss. And elephant in the room, Aapl. And Tim Cook today made an appearance at the White House.
Thanks for the TA, bro. May we please look at this stock, Asana?
Hey, Rich May, thanks for the 20, dude. Sure. Asana. We'll look at that. Yeah. Absolutely. Kingsman. So someone in Discord posted a structure, and I like the idea. It's kind of weird because of all this chop, but you know what? He's kind of right. There's nothing invalid about it, anchoring here, and it just kind of being like this. It's an ascending triangle, like an reaccumulation structure at this point. Because that today they confirmed another higher low. I love that. So the top of that is just going to be right here. And I think you can see it. Yep. The only issue with the ascending triangle here is you can't just get excited right above the breakout of the pattern, because you just got inflection zone, historical reversals. Well, more recent, going back a year. To break this, then you got to break the 200-day moving average. Then there's gonna maybe be a test at 225. There's decent amount of inflection points just above us, but to break them, you break 225. It's gonna be a real clean shot at 237. So you got to wonder if this was the beginning. If things are all gonna start turning around, the animal spirits hath returned to Aapl after the entire year. None. They were only lower highs, lower lows, and now maybe we're looking at an accumulation structure. Okay, hype in the chat for Aapl. They're still a $3 trillion+ market cap company after all of this. It's insane. So people got their money parked here, and it's not going anywhere. It's how can you be a $3 trillion market cap company and do nothing and go lower highs, lower lows for the entire year 2025. It's spectacular. So maybe it's time. Okay, trading at 220 after hours, so up on the day without after hours included over 8%. Let's go, dude. Yeah, 84 years later. I know. Yeah. Okay, Amazon, we're good, man. It seems like you had a little bullish inside bar yesterday. It's kind of like a morning star inside bar. Morning inside star. Yeah, that's probably it. Anyway, incredible day today, up 4% and above the 200 moving average. It actually looks fine, right? You know what this would be? It would be pretty much the highest low literally ever. If it was, they're going to go fill the gap at 232 and it's all a bad dream. Yeah, man. The August 1st bamboozling where, oh, it's all over. Just kidding. 2 days later, they turned it back on. So yeah, with a candle like that today, I just don't know if that's a breakaway gap. I don't think it is, man. I think that gap will quite possibly fill. That was a really strong day. Soothing tensions. Okay, what a trend, man. What a freaking trend. Keep it going. All right, Tesla, my favorite technically. It was Google, but Google's gone too far away now. This is it, man. I mean, it's been it. It's a patient man's game, but the trend's good long term since last year. And neutral structure, but...
Did you hear May Pharma went all in on Litecoin? $100 million buying 1% of LTC supply, most of their MCAP. Essentially MicroStrategy for Litecoin.
Self-fulfilling. Monthly on Litecoin is what? Classic accumulation structure, the size of an entire solar system or galaxy. It's kind of in a world of its own on the monthly. So maybe I'll try to just go to that. Someone before this company has certainly been accumulating over a long period of time. So I guess I can't be surprised. I'm just like, oh God, someone's going Litecoin treasury company. We got Ethereum treasury companies too. Hey, as long as Litecoin isn't, inflationary, like, hey, they can just print more supply. If not, it kind of makes sense long term, I guess, but if you're buying Litecoin, why can't you just also buy Bitcoin too? So with Tesla, man, this is a dream of all dreams. They pushed it to the limit. And then it was yesterday and the day before, it was perfect, right? Demand line is demand line again, once and twice, confirmed. And now big bullish engulfing candle, highest daily close since the 29th. And back above 313.62. You can't tell me that's not a real level. That is a very real level back from 2022. And look at the price action you receive above that level given enough time. Straight up and down. I mean, literally a wormhole. So active trade set up in Patreon/Citadel. I'm targeting for $400+. You got to give me some time, but that's it. It's been that way. It never got stopped out because the stop loss was strategic. And it's a weekly trade. It's amazing. The weekly. Let me hide these real quick. I need you to see it. I'll leave that one. Still see the sim triangle. It's beautiful. But this was it, man. This is the reasoning. This is the argument, right? Construct an argument. You can construct a trading plan if your argument's good enough, okay? So clean, clear, inflection point, reversal point from January 2021. It was a reversal point from 2022. Reversal point certainly from 2023. Hello. And now they've recaptured, reconfirmed it multitude of times. That's it. That's it. So simple. Okay, entry as close to 300 as you can possibly get it with stop loss below 294 and let it ride $400+. That's it. Very simple. Very easy. So we're just in Tesla waiting to get paid more. And that's it. It is the only of the Mag 7 in this situation now. No other Mag 7 has any sort of reward to risk. Nvidia maybe, and you'd be like, what? Nvidia? Only talking about where it's correlating to its big channel, okay? But this is, upside potential is crazy. What's up, James, dude? Meta up 1%. After, you know, good earnings, hit all-time highs. Highest close ever 2 days ago, and today just it's up, elevated. I don't know if it's a breakaway gap or not, but if you're staying above 740, given enough time, $811 target 1, $850 target 2, and then the golden mean ratio 1618 is $900. So you got your fib extensions up there if it's going to continue to ascend to greatness like Nvidia has, like Microsoft has. Okay, and then Google. It's beautiful. It is truly beautiful. You know, it's been such a methodical asset, no volatility. It's so inverse of, you know, altcoins and low market cap stocks. But my God, is it not paid well? You know, since late June, and now it's been sideways. And maybe to just do something like the upper echelon of the trend, now correlating positively to the heart line. It's now support, bullish engulfing candle, highest daily candle close since the 30th of July, and second highest daily candle close since old all-time high, the all-time high from February 4th. So anything above 191 is spectacular technically, and just you're waiting on $200. And so you go sideways in these trends, then the channel, the top of the channel, you know, you can see it ascends, so you've got breathing room before you become overbought again. So this thing could go to 203 before testing the top of this trend again. So I think there's upside, man.
Look at $@B.
Oh, Adobe, what's up? Thanks, Infinite. Yeah, absolutely. Dude, you're my number one fan. Dude, Infinite Paradox is my number one fan, then The Authority, then Andrew 3. Y'all care the most, bro. Thank you. All right, more upside. Given enough time above 191, this almost seems like a fractal of Nvidia, where Nvidia had the, oh my God, it's a head and shoulders. Nope, you couldn't even say head and shoulders before it was invalidated. So I like it. I'm in it. I've been in it. And I think we have higher to go. Nvidia. So you're talking about reward to risk. Well, this is why maybe reward to risk could be okay if this is real. Okay, if they're gonna respect the demand line of this crazy channel we've been in since April, then I guess you have good reward to risk, where it's like a stop loss maybe below 175 at this point, because the demand line, if you never get stopped out, well, then that means Nvidia's not breaking the demand line, and you have max upside potential in the uptrend. I mean, if it actually played out, you break 180, you go straight up to all-time highs, which is like 183 and change. You break that at 185 psychological, then you hit the heart line of the channel that's been pretty well respected as a resistance, and they can pull it back 182, and then if they ever break it, then you're talking the golden mean ratio. The major 1618 is 193.85. If you're hitting the 190s, I think they're gonna push it to 200 to just say we did it, man. $200, and it could be contained within the parameters of this channel too. That's what's crazy, man. Complete harmony of your trend analysis. What will the upside be if it did play out? If you didn't get stopped out, if you did not break the demand line, worst case stuff happening. Oh my God, you know. You got a 12% upside to see the top of the channel. I'm not saying, but at the same time, you can have good reward, decent reward to risk, right? But you are paying all-time high premium. So just keep that in mind. But it's all-time high premium for a reason. My God, the money they make, it's crazy, and their future is so bright. What they're doing now, they cannot churn out enough GPUs. They will not be affected at all by the 100% tariffs that Trump announced today for companies, you know, importing to the U.S. semiconductors if they have, you know, commitment to the U.S. building here. And Nvidia certainly did that. They did that back in April, like $500 billion worth of plants and investment into the U.S.
I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it.
I don't know, man. Does this make sense? That's just 6 of the 7. Now we go to 7. The worst performer of the day was Microsoft. After hitting the first, listen to me, the first of the Mag 7 to hit the 1618. We just talked about Nvidia. There's 12% upside on Nvidia before it sees that. Same 1618. High to low. 12% upside. 11.8% upside. Okay? Microsoft already did it. So, not much to really do here. There's an unfilled gap at 512. You think it's probably going to happen due to the fact that it's not a breakaway gap. No way. The gap up. Well, the price action just now isn't good enough, I don't think. Yeah, it's too close to the gap. So I think that'll fill. But yeah, just unstoppable. Don't know how you can strategize, though, after hitting a gold mean ratio. We could probably plot a channel right here. It'd be the gap, breakaway gap. That was a real breakaway gap in April. Okay. This could be just an exhaustive gap. You could probably just plot a channel. How is it going, man? Oh, yeah, there it is, you know. Yeah, broke it, and now it's back inside. Now, yeah, down. Take it down to 518, you know, to respect this big channel. Okay. Got 6 minutes and change till the daily candle close. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit the like button, bell, sub. Thanks for being here. My goodness. We had some effery, some big effery today on one that we know, one that like kind of crazy structure at crazy levels. The stop loss hunt was so real as ODP Corporation went to 1660 this morning and rallied to close at its highest level since July 8th, and to cleanly break again that 1756 price point, which is very, very real, man. 2020, 2012, 2008 on the weekly, you can see it a lot better. But stop loss hunt, but my God, it was up 10% on the day. Just crazy to think about a 15% swing. But this is one of your big gainers today. ANET mooned, my God. All-time highs on Arista Networks, up 17.49%. Wasn't even earnings. Oh, it was earnings. Yeah, I was like, what could make it do that? It killed it on earnings, and now in its own price discovery, I guess. This is a big gap up and a lot of volume, so it could very well be a breakaway. We don't fill it anytime soon. Your target on Arista Network would be 153. That'd be your 1272. Crazy. Global payments, wow. Not really anything special about this one. It was just up 9%. Good earnings. Yeah, just random earnings. Okay. UI chat. Look at this.
Look here. Look, listen.
Potential cut with Hendelman? Potential? They keep showing accumulation. My God. Put it in the book, man. Right, it's more like this now. Like, oh, ascending triangle. Yeah, reaccumulation. That's crazy, though. So it's big engulfing candle is up 5.2% today. Telecommunications equipment electronic technology, big breakout watch. Put it on the watch list. Just have alerts set up. It could also be a double top. You know, it could be. These are higher risk things. These assets or these structures are just not. They're just maybe continuations, but they could also be the absolute top. So they just keep testing, failing. Higher low comes in. Almost bullish abandon. That's pretty much a bullish abandon baby right there. August 1st and 4th. So you're very close here. Let's see what happens. Couple with handle, man. If it's real and it breaks out and it's confirmed as, you know, a couple with handle, because it's still a potential couple with handle because you haven't broken out. But if it's real, measure move just like we would do on gold and Bitcoin. 648. That'll be your target if it goes into price discovery. Hype in the chat. Couple with handle, men. Wow. Okay. Walmart. If you remember, we were looking at an ascending triangle similar to kind of what Ubiquity is doing here. UI. Watch. It was crazy. It was up 4%. Trading like an S coin today. What a freaking breakout. Amongst its highest candle closes ever not, though. You went up and you're close to filling a gap. I don't even know if I would consider it filled until they touch 104. But nearing all-time highs, man. And approaching an 88% retrace from the high to low. So you know what that is. Oh, you broke the 886. Incredible. So let's hope this continues, man. Walmart making a big comeback. Multi-month highs today. And a clean, concise breakout of an ascending triangle pattern. Very nice. Yeah, consumer staples, consumer discretionary went nuts. Netgear was up today. But yeah, it'd be in M shape. If you just put in a higher low, everything will be good, man. This one's an old trade setup down here. It played out obviously, but now there's a sell wall like $31 and put a higher low and recapture $25. The trend will probably continue. You can make it all the way up to $36, $37 by end of year, maybe. Baba's very interesting, chat. You want to pay attention to this. Okay, Baba's doing something. What did it do today? It's a big deal. It doesn't look like a big deal. I don't even understand what's happening, man. Well, you do have to worry about earnings coming up on the 14th, but this is... Look what's happening. 120 is a very, very important level due to its just psychological, the zeros, right? 1, 2, 0. But the old all-time high from 2014 was recaptured today. We already know the trend is your friend. You are in an uptrend. It was all ushered in with that trade setup, that bullish Gartley. Okay. Target 3 of 4 hit. But today could mark the beginning of the run to target 4, which is $164. Okay, it's like a weird dragon. It looks like a Chinese dragon, man. Look at that. Oh my goodness, man. Another thing. They broke the supply line from anchor point 1 in March, anchor point 2 in May. They broke it and they're back testing it formally as support. It could be time. Baba. I mean, long term target 35, 36% upside from here. If this is real, here's your low, here's your high, here's your higher low. You're in an uptrend. Baba Booey indeed. That's right, man. Here's your logo on the 8s, man. Oh, yeah. There it is, dude. We're logo on the late. Sorry, dude. All right. Daily candle is closed all across all of crypto. Hype in the chat.
Mitch, super chat goes from $19.99 to $49.99. Not sure why. Also, do you ever use low leverage on your trades?
But I think you can manually just type in what you want for sure. I don't think I don't know. Like, I figured you could do. I can do $30. There's a little thing like a bar you can drag the mouse across. I don't know. Is that how it works, chat? I haven't checked that stuff in a long time, man. Years. So you should be able to contribute any amount your heart desires. And yes, I'll buy calls if I have high conviction on a trade. Like, Been in since the trade set up on Google. Had calls on Google for 6 weeks, 2 months now. Still holding. So the ACHR was a great one. It's all about, if I have high conviction, yeah, I'll buy some call options. Or I'll buy, hey, like on this, someone wants to, if they want to be a little more of a rounder, if they love the way the trend is on BABA, the way it's been consolidating nonstop since February, and it's doing some very real things, someone could buy some BABX, BABA, 2-time levered ETF to ride this. So it goes up 35% here. No, your position goes up 70% if it actually runs and doesn't chop too long. So I think this is a huge day for BABA. Maybe some people don't. To me, that's kind of like it might be time for target 4. Okay. So let's go back to Bitcoin real quick. Just see the daily close of these cryptos. Logo on the 8s. Top of the hour, man. Top of the day. This is it, man. Non-engulfing candle. You did not engulf. Bitcoin futures did engulf, but not this one. Whatever. Nothing spectacular. Pretty boring candles. I guess the most important thing for now was the buyers, have confirmed 112 as support, and that's about it. So still probably just got some down sloping consolidation here, maybe something like that, I guess. It's not bad. It's just there's a lot of support below us. If the price gets to these levels, it's not going to be a big deal either. So just, keep that in mind on Bitcoin. Ethereum, confirmed successful test 2 in a row now. Recaptured, reconfirmed once, and then twice. So if it's real and we catch the fall through price action, about 7% upside to 3,900. XRP, given enough time, if the 290 back test, not once but twice, is real, and you can break $3, which they can't yet. They're kind of not able to. If they can, though, huge upside. Lots of upside, but that's a big if. And I'm looking more at XRP on the 4-hour because they broke this supply line, and then they back tested it as support. So really want to break $3. Okay, we want to break $3. Otherwise, you're looking at 290 again. They break 290, then you're probably looking at 270. So it looks okay. It's okay for now. Bueller. And then we can look at BNB. Bullish engulfing candle kind of just happened after. I guess they what's crazy on the daily? This is insane. I didn't even see this. Okay, look at this. This is the old all-time high. It was unrefuted all-time high, December 7th, 2024. Candle close. Then it reversed. They recaptured, and they've reconfirmed it not once, but twice, kind of thrice. So actually, BNB, Ethereum, XRP, and Solana are all showing favorable price action correlation to somewhat of key levels. This one's somewhat core or key, but the other ones are very key. So they're successful. It happened today and yesterday. It's confirmed now. And it's not certain that these formal back tests are real because now we need the fall of the price action. And then it will all be confirmed. Number go up, right? They back tested, they recaptured and reconfirmed once and twice, and now we're just waiting on follow the price action. Run to 190 then. Show me it's actually real with price. Move up, okay? Key level, very, very real. Not a joke at all, dude. I hope it's real. Okay, that's all I can say. So that's your update on the bigger cryptos on the daily close. So let's get to these requests real quick. We had a couple. Let's see here. It was Kibo Shib coin. Kib Shib. Kib Shib. Yep. Oh man, it's below the level. Below the key level, dude. Yeah, it's like we need to hold the level. It's all about, dude, this is everything. 1689, 1865. It was a nice bullish hammer today. Potential bullish hammer. Like this could be a Japanese candlestick reversal. You'd prefer it to be above this zone here, though. That's the problem. I'm not... Yeah, above 1865, I feel better about it, okay? So that might be your insurance. It's still maybe putting in a higher low than the previous low, but it's not an 886. I will sign back off on Kibo Shib for you if we can recapture 1865 and we catch follow through off this little bullish hammer pattern. Potential bullish hammer, okay? That's all I got for Kibo Shib coin. I'm good above 1865. Below it, I'm a little iffy. Because where could you go? I mean, you kind of went where you could go, and it was like 1357. They don't hold that. But my God, probably 965. Probably the 4 hours got some sort of potential. A little XABC, but there's bullish divergence here on the 4 hour. Yeah, there's beautiful 4 hour bullish divergence on Kibo Shib. A low, then a slightly lower low, oversold. That's beautiful. So that's impending price action reversal to the upside. It's kind of a potential bullish dragon they got going on this one. I hope it plays out. You're in a decent trend. You would think you're in an uptrend still. So let's see a potential bullish pattern be reliable and perform well in the uptrend. Kibo Shib, there you go, dude. Thank you. All right, coin for finding Nick. Did you find him or? Yeah, I mean, just that's like, composite operators like, oh yeah, I guess I'll take some profit at $400+ entering in the 40s and 70s. Yep. So a gap down on earnings, been dumped yesterday, hit a lower low today, maybe piercing lined, but not a key inflection point. Certainly no structure. Probably a demand line. You see, you broke a demand line, man. It's like you might be able to just long this randomly without a reason or an argument, but it's right. There's no structure locally. There's no confirmation lows. There's no positive price action correlations to historical levels. I would probably wait for 280, maybe 260, something. I just don't think there's enough data to be able to construct a trading plan, and be able to manage your risk optimally. Like, if you entered today, where would your stop loss be, and why would it be there? Well, it'd be below 282. Well, if you're entering today and you're setting your stop loss below 282, we know 282 is the level, the inflection point, right? It could drop another 7.4%, and your stop loss is below it. Then it goes down just a little bit. You lose 8-9% on your position where you get stopped out, when you should be only thinking about entering when it gets to 282, and we start seeing some structures develop here. You would want to see something like this, man. Like, oh God, it's over. Oh my God. And then like this. That's what you'd want to see. You want to see something. Like you're impulsing down after a crazy run into earnings. You got no edge right now. You're flipping coins. You're not even at support. I would wait for something to develop, and it takes time for structures to develop. So, thank you, dude. Thank you, Finding Nick, man. I don't. $300 psychological level doesn't mean really anything to me. On coin, meh. Yeah, just know, like, they could take this thing to 205. They could go fill a gap down there at 205. And then we can start talking about real value. Okay, Intel, Infinite Paradox. Dude, that's crazy, man. Very, very good here, though. Now all of a sudden, no more signs of strength, I don't think. It was, and then earnings, but they went back down to the bottom of the trading range to give, I guess, people that were patiently waiting for an opportunity maybe to enter. You're down here, man. I mean, that's it. They bounced it right off of it. I think it's up after hours a couple of percentage points. I mean, below 1893, you might want to cut your losses pretty fast and move on with your day. And then if you're in it, probably just waiting for $25. You had a bid at $20. Sellers can't push it lower. Who's buying? Maybe the composite man. You jumped across a creek. Earnings wasn't too bad. You tested the bottom of the range again. So that means like you're at that kind of optimum reward to risk area, optimum entry, optimum for strategizing stop losses down here. So not bad. Island reversal. Well, I'm pretty sure with an island bottom reversal, at some point, maybe they get it at 25 and you gap up. Okay, you would have to go from like 25 bucks to gap up to $29. Like island bottoms are like this. Like gap down. That's like an island bottom. It's like a bullish abandoned baby, but of like a multitude. It's like a hospital of abandoned babies. So it would probably require us getting back to the top of the range for that idea to maybe play out. So lower risk of things, but maybe that's for a reason. Nvidia, my God, dude, bottom of it. It's like the question. You want to maybe ride the coattails of the composite operator. You got it on Intel. This is it. This is composite operators area where he's buying for sure. Like if it's real, okay? Or do you say, nah, I want to go with the horse on steroids and just try to play this channel and play the demand line? Sir, I'm paying premium on this one. There'd definitely be value on Intel. So which way, Western man? What kind of trader are you? You want to be the slow and steady, ride the coattails of the composite operator, have to be tremendously patient, unreal patient, and maybe you get the absolute bottom, but you might have to wait 6 months to really start getting paid like crazy amounts? Or do you just want to say, screw it, man, it's a demand line, it's holding. You still got plenty of time before earnings. Maybe they run it leading into earnings. I want $200, stop loss below that demand line or the low from today. Two different ways to trade, completely. And they're both valid. There's nothing wrong with either. It's just, remember, a 1414 fib extension is, you're paying 141% premium. Intel in the basement. Okay. Thanks again, Infinite Paradox. Authority wanted Algo Rand. It's a cryptocurrency, man. It was freaking amazing right here. I mean, type 2 of the bigger M shape, but then you had this perfect little shark that it completed just literally at support resistance. Just undeniable, okay? It was perfect. You ran straight up. History repeated itself. You ran straight up to resistance, up thrusted through it, and then you broke down, you up thrust, and the back test of up thrust, and now you're... See, it's very difficult, if not impossible, to manage risk strategically. You're in this wormhole of liquidity where it is typically, historically, straight down and up and down and up and down and up and down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up and down and up and down, right? So, like, the time to manage risk, you had it. We were here. We discussed this live on a lot of these little M shapes. You can set up a stop loss strategically the closer you are to that level. You know, your upside is maximum. In this situation, you're just hoping for maybe it just bounces off the 200 kind of randomly, and maybe hidden bullish divergence develops. There's so much negative momentum still. Yeah, it's kind of like just not in the space-time continuum. It's just not there. It'd be better for 16.69 cents for the best entry, but you may never get there because they've already tested it twice, right? 1 and 2. So I'm not sure. Like, it would be like someone's in this and they're wondering. It's like, you're okay, man. You're just sitting in it. You probably took profit 1 and probably target 2 and then target 3. So the swing trader, they took their long with the strategy. They took profit. They're still in it though. And they're waiting for it to pivot sometime or get stopped out. But they're waiting for it to pivot, run, test, break target 1, go to target 2, and then target 3 after that. It's pretty much where you are. Authority, I am literally on Algorand. I just completed Algorand. You might be a little behind. Thanks, dude. All right, Anonymous wanted Tau on Mix. BitSensor. Yeah, see, like all these, they got levels. They're either at them or they're not. This one certainly is not. I just can't sign off on this. It's not tradable for the swing trader applying the framework. The only level to be probably applying that is at 230. And see, the fact is that they actually gave you in April a formal recapturing reconfirmation, a spring back test of spring. And after that technical event occurred, what happened? A really nice run to some resistances and it reversed. And now it's rallied again and put in a lower high than the previous high. And now it's just sitting below the 200 moving average, not really at a support. It's actually trading below a support resistance. It actually just back tested 360. Look, even like this, 360, 362, it's now resistance. Like I can't, anytime an asset can just randomly pump, dude, okay, or dump. But I'm not looking, I don't want nothing to do with this. Just being honest. I wouldn't want to touch this right now. I don't care what it does next. It's not about me making a call on it either. Like I'm saying, I don't have an edge. I do not have an increased probability than 50% that it's going higher next. I do not have that. So, nah, I'm good. I'm not into that. I want a 55, 60, 65, 70% chance of an impending reversal. And then I want it to be, I want to have that at a key level so I can strategize optimally. It's entry, stop loss, and max upside potential. You don't have that. You just don't. Don't blame me for that. Don't get mad at me. I don't, hey, it goes up 1,000% tomorrow. You said this. It's like, dude, even with me saying that, it did, nothing was implying that it was going to go up 1,000% tomorrow.
The Birdhouse tipped $25. Chewy CHWI on the daily. Are we actionable? Thank you, Mitch, for what you do. Shout out to the Citadel. Stay blessed, Kings.
What's up, Birdhouse? Things at 25. Much love. We'll look at Chewy. Yeah. My God, I'm starting to get so hungry, dude. Yeah, Wednesday is my non-meal plan day, so I gotta chat. What should I order for dinner? Anyone got an idea? Let me know while we do these requests. Any ideas at all? I guess if you tip, you can pick, you know, what I eat, what I order probably, I guess, whatever, since we're here. I'm really hungry, so we'll look at that. Let's go to the next request, though, which would be Asana. Thanks, Rich May. Asan. I kind of like this. Oh, because there it is, man. It's already begun. The Genesis. It's the beginning of the run to $21, maybe $26 is here. You got it. Very, very beautiful. Bullish divergence on the type 2 return. And it's just kind of, you know, since June, like kind of marching up, sold off. It's trying to pivot. It's up 3.9% today. You're the basement, man. You're really, really at the basement on this. So we've been here before. And again, you're just long on this. You're waiting. You're waiting for $18+. You're waiting for the gap fill at $19 from June 6th. Sorry. That's it. You're just long on this. You're just waiting for this whole thing to resolve. Yeah, beautiful. Right, the size of this. I mean, size of it, man. It's like 270 plus day large harmonic framework. Gartley bat. Confirmed to bottom. Sellers are exhausted. Confirmed. Now, one thing though, September 3rd. So about a month from now, they're going to report earnings, and it could murder this. Like, it just, oh my God, it's over. It looks like they sometimes don't make money, and then sometimes they barely make money. I just, you know, that's one thing just to always have to worry about. You got to think about earnings could kill it, or it could make it. But you got about a month till we find out. All right. Not bad. Just an update. The work's been done. It's just we're waiting for the TA to truly be respected with a fall through, a God candle, a rally. It doesn't have to be God candle. It just takes time. 16.23 be first. It'd break that. $19, $20, 26, 35, 34. There you go, Cactus Leo. See, it is a language. Once you learn the language, you start seeing the same things we all see. Bots are programmed to see the same things. Okay, so that was for Rich May. Thanks again, dude. And then Crypto Stock Ticker, he contributes. He wasn't formally requesting anything, but he was just talking about a pharma company was becoming a Litecoin treasury company. They're just buying Litecoin. It's like, hey man, they're not in bad shape because of this. Because you can't find a crypto out there that has quite this structure. It's kind of in its own world. And I think if like you give me like a couple years, it might not even take that long, but give me a couple years of time, you're targeting for like $272. And if things go crazy, $368. That's it. It's a literal classic accumulation structure that is, at this point, 1,100 plus days large. Unheard of. Like, they just don't exist. This is here. And none are showing this, really. So, yeah, Litecoin. 146 target, you know, given enough time, maybe like a month or two, if you need that. 146. They break 146. It's just going to be straight to 205. 200, psychological, 205, and then 272. So, just Litecoin, man. Yep. More than before for many years. For 5 years more than before, actually. Because this was the lowest low in 2020. The pump, the dump, 886, 95% retrace. Still more than before. Still higher low than this low. This low, higher than this low. This low, higher than this low. This, you get it, more than before for 5+ years. Okay, let's go to the next formal request, which is Adobe. Jeez, man, thing got murked. Man, I figured something like this would be doing better, but I don't know. Yep, software for my computer. I mean, I don't think you've gone quite deep enough. It's not really trading at a, I don't know. Just clearly the big levels like 278. You know, the M shape would be complete. You're at a 70% retrace. I know from this low to high, it looks like a 786, not an 886. right? 886-316. And I kind of like the 886 because there is this swing high back from 2019 that is confluent. That would be nice. Yeah, I get why you requested, probably because you're like, dude, it's double bottoming maybe. But it's like, man, like, look at U.S. futures chat all summer, all-time highs. We've been pumping, going higher and higher, and you got this. What? Huh, rivaling the prices we saw in April when everything was at its low point. Guess what? April of 2025, Microsoft was trading at the same price it was trading at in 2021. Microsoft. It hit the 1618 a few days ago. And here you are on Adobe. Same price. Can't sign off. Really, it's oversold, but I don't know if you're at a strategic enough level. I don't know if you're deep enough. I would prefer to wait on this one until $300, $313 maybe. But yeah, there's probably better assets to own. I'd probably just try to take a long on Nvidia instead of trying to be cute and own and buy Adobe, man. Buy Tesla. Own Tesla. Probably better idea than buying Adobe right now. But it still could bottom here and run and go crazy. And I guess, like, if you really wanted to try to play it, you just don't want to own it probably below $333. That'd probably be the cutoff. If you put a gun in my head and you're like, hey man, you have to try to construct something here on Adobe or else it's over. Okay, I guess if you're going to long it, there's nothing I can do to stop you. Maybe just stop loss below that swing low from May of 2023, right below 333, because then it's going to 313 and 278 after that. So, thanks again, Infinite Paradox. All right, Birdhouse wants Chewy. We'll be caught up. So, what did y'all say? What kind of food? What kind of food? Let me look it up. Let me pull back and see. Someone says steak and waffles. Sweet and sour chicken, shrimps, steak, chicken fried steak, sushi, taco. So literally everything. Veal parmesan, Jamaican jerk chicken. Wow, y'all just literally coming up with everything. Don't look like there's a consensus. Bugs. Yikes. All right, Chewy. Yeah, I mean, it's turned it around, hasn't it? But lately, man, my God, topped out in early June, and it's just been a dumpster fire. Yesterday, lowest daily candle close since April 21st, below the 200 moving average. I think it broke at a man line, right? Like, if it was like that, you broke it. But if you kind of try to screw around and say, oh, well, I'm going to adjust the trend line, you still broke it yesterday. There's nothing endearing about this. I'm sorry. Nothing until maybe $30.
Mitch. Do you think invest more money in Bitcoin now or supposed bear market 2026-2027 when prices may retrace 50 to 70%? Maybe the 4-year cycle is over and we never see these prices again.
That's a good question, James. Thank you for the $20.02. Hold on, let me just finish this up real quick. The closer you are to 29.62, the better. You probably complete an M shape closer to that level, right? X, A, B, C, D. So below that, though, you would want nothing to do with it. There's no structure locally. You're just impulsing. You're still waving down, and I don't think you're deep enough. So it could obviously randomly reverse, but I don't like it. You really, like, below 35.41, even that one high right there from 2019, you're below it. Oh, God, it's just not good locally and lately. And I think an 886.31 would probably be better than where you are now. You'd have better value. There's no divergence. You're just oversold. It's pretty gross, man. You got earnings coming up at the end of the month. You know, You look at something and either has the things you want or it doesn't. Unfortunately, I just don't think this has the things, even if it goes up 50% tomorrow. It's just, okay, play the Chewy coin flip casino with good downside. Is there more money in Bitcoin? Do I think, should one invest more money in Bitcoin now, or is there going to be a bear market in 26, 27? I have no idea, right? We hit all-time highs in July. We're trading above 112. I don't think there's an edge on Bitcoin. It's very high. You're paying premium on it. I think it can go down to 109, 110 and be tested there and still hold and be amazing. I mean, so you're asking the question, is there any more upside on Bitcoin? But it's like, holy crap, man. I mean, you know, that question's so loaded when like, look, the monthly, dude. Remember how long this has been here? This has been here the whole time. I mean, since we broke out, right? We broke out of this in October. Couple with handle, price objective, 121. So from the breakout to where it is now, I mean, it's still trade up 80%. And hit the measure move last month. But still looks so strong on the month. It's crazy on the monthly. You're still like getting close to going positive. You're only down $722 on the month with 25 days to go. So all I can extrapolate from what's going on right now is the big altcoins have the past 2 days shown us positive price action correlation to key levels after they were recaptured. If that's the case, anyone out there could construct a trading plan on any of them that is tight stop loss, minimal losses with decent upside potential if they're real, if there's follow through price action, like we discussed on Solana. Right? If this is real, the recapture and reconfirmation, your target's 191, 198 minimum. BNB, right? If this old all-time high candle close from December 2024 was recaptured, reconfirmed as support, and we got a bullish and go, a break, hook, and go actually, minimum 793, then who knows? Like all-time, like 845 again. If XRP if 290's really been confirmed as support, your upside's way higher, like probably 330. Ethereum, we discussed already. They recaptured the key level, they reconfirmed it. If the follow through happens, 7% upside, and if it continues though, 7% minimum, then you're talking about 19% upside if it actually breaks this level, this level that they tested. You got to see it on the monthly. It is everything. Well, it's more the weekly. The weekly, it's got everything. It's everything, man. Test. 3 different times in 2024. One test in 2025, and it was last week, and it was rejected utterly. So it's like, you get back up there, you break it, 19% upside. And then all of a sudden, it's like, whoa, 30% upside to see all-time highs. So that's all I can tell you, right? Like, I don't have a crystal ball. I can't make predictions. I can just tell you the data we've seen the past 2 days is favorable for the bigger altcoins to their respective levels on each chart. And I showed you that throughout the stream, and that's all I can do, right? Oh, someone could set a stop loss at 35 or 34.80. Stop there, right? Why would you want to own the asset below there? You know what happens if it breaks it, and it's real, and there's follow-through. You go to $3,000, $2,900. And they broke it, but there was no follow through. So the buyers recaptured it and reconfirmed it. So now it's like, that's the event. That's the technical event. That's the signal. That's why someone says, I would set a stop loss now tight below those areas, 34.80 or whatever, and let it ride to this level. And maybe if we're fortunate sons, then we have 19% upside to $4,400, 34.84 or 43.84, excuse me. That's all I can say, James. Hopefully that answers to some degree. But again, you're talking to someone who doesn't make calls. I don't act like I know where these assets are going. That's the best I can give. So anyway, all right. Well, I got to order some food now. It's getting late, and we've been live now an hour and 40 minutes almost. So if you've enjoyed this stream, hit the like button, the bell, that sub. Thank you all so much for being here. Really appreciate the support. All the new patrons, all the patrons who have renewed, who continue to renew every day. I'm beyond grateful. Thank you so much for that. Patreon.com/MitchRayTA. It's 6th month, 6th best day to join the Patreon. You get trade setups, education, access to the premium Discord, access to my charts. I post updates every day. So thanks again for everything. Love y'all. Till next time, respect the TA.
Gentlemen in the mix.